What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight, alright, we're coming back to Bush. Yes, indeed, Bush fans feeling you. Come on now. Here we go. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to doing all of the clicks and the likes and the bibbity-bobbity bop, do me a favor, before you do all that stuff, please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to actually earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, if you still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, then by all means, feel free to click away.
Bush. We've got Bush!
You kidding me?
Hey, you, yeah, you in the back, I hear you snickering. Don't think I don't hear. You too, I hear you snickering too, both of you. Detention. You know what I'm talking about? Quit that. Get your minds out of the gutter. This comes as a request from Jacob Distel, and Jacob wanted to see me react to this song by Bush called Everything Zen. Now, have I heard this song before? Okay, I'm not gonna lie, folks. The title of the song, Everything Zen, it does sound familiar. Now, I'm not saying I've heard the song for sure. I don't know. Like if I look at the title, Everything Zen, I'm waiting for a melody to pop in my head or a chordal progression to pop in my head, and it's not. So, but something about that title, Everything Zen, I feel like I recognize that title. So there is a chance, there is a possibility I have heard this song before. But then again, maybe I haven't. So we're going to kind of play this one by ear. In either case, if the song starts and I do recognize the song, I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm going to be honest with you guys. Let's see, this was posted by Bush. No surprise there. And the video has 5.4 million views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. Bush, Everything Zen. Cool. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
Should I fly to Los Angeles? Find my oh brother.
I'm so good.
Mickey Mouse has grown up a cow. Dave's on sale again. Kiss a kiss in the rear view. We're so poor, you're to blame. Trust you once my wife. Everything's in, everything's in. I don't think so. Everything's in, everything's in. I don't think so. Rain dogs howl for the century. $1 million a stake.
Okay, the verses. Don't recognize them. The chorus does sound familiar, but not specifically, more like a feeling, more like a resonating memory. Like nothing specific is sticking out. Like, oh yeah, I recognize. No, there's nothing specifically is sticking out. I feel like I've heard a bunch of different songs that have that same feel and that same tone, the same sound, the same direction, the same chordal progression. I feel like there's a lot of similarities between what I'm hearing in other songs. So nothing in particular is sticking out as far as, like concrete evidence of, oh yeah, I recognize it. Nothing concrete. There's definitely something in the air that's making me go, it sounds familiar, but nothing specific. Like nothing that makes me go, okay, I recognize the song now. I haven't gotten there. It sounds good. I mean, it's kind of basic when it comes to chordal progression. Root 7/6, root 7/6, root 7/6, root 7/6. That's the verse. The chorus going down to the 4. Yeah, it's the 4. So 4 down to the flat 2, down to the flat 3, or up to the flat 3, and then back to the 4 again. The 4 being the new root. So if you look at it from that point of view, the 4 becoming the new root for the purpose of the chorus, root, flat 6, flat 7. Basically, it takes the same pattern that we had in the verse and just inverse it. Rather than going, root down to the 7, down to the 6, we skip the 7, go from root to the 6, up to the 7. It's a nice little contradiction between the two. Vocally, it sounds good. His style of vocals definitely fit this style of song without question. The energy's there, the drive is there. Got some good attitude going for it. It feels good. The song as a whole, it does feel good. It does sound very mid to late 90s. Like, not the beginning of the quote-unquote grunge era, but definitely, like, after the horses shut out of the gate. Here this comes along. The mold and the die have already been cast. The new sound has already been implemented as far as the new direction of what's popular in music at the time. They're just coming in and fitting in with what's been established. So it definitely has that type of feel. So anyway, let's keep going. Let's see how this goes.
As you search for your demigod, and you fake we're the saint. There's no sex in your violence. There's no sex in your violence. Trust you once my way. Everything's in, everything's in. I don't think so. Everything's in, everything's in. I don't think so. Everything's in, everything's in.
Nice, beat it. Interesting. It was a short guitar solo, but it was a guitar solo nonetheless. And they had the guitar solo over the chordal progression for the verse rather than the chorus. That's interesting. Huh. Wonder why. I wonder why they made that choice. I mean, it sounded good. It's an interesting choice. I just think, personally, I think the chorus is a little more catchy. and thus would have been a better contender for the guitar solo, unless you're going to go guitar solo into chorus, at which point that would just repeat itself. Not so effective at that point. That sounds to me like we're going guitar solo into verse, so we're going to repeat itself anyway. Interesting. Anyway, let's keep going here.
There's no sex in your violence. 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 Trust you was my wife. Everything's in, everything's in. I don't think so. Then I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think so.
New riff. A little predictable. I was able to guess exactly where it was going to go. Yeah. I'm willing to bet. I'm willing to bet this was a big hit. I'm willing to bet it was. If it was I'm trying to place where this song came from. I'm guessing this song probably came out somewhere between 1994 and 1998. Maybe 1999. 1998. That sounds about right. Well, I'll give myself a 5. No, 4 year. Somewhere between 94 and 98. I'm willing to bet that's where this song was released. If that was the case, I'll bet you this song was probably a pretty big hit. I don't know if it'll be the biggest hit they ever had, but it sounds like it could potentially be the biggest hit they've ever had. I have mixed feelings about this song. I really do. Some are good, some are not so good. Let me get my thoughts together. Let me see if I can, try to, compress everything down as much as I can. And I'll see you in the review, and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was Bush with Everything Zen. This was a request from Jacob Distel. Okay, so before I give my score, just to clarify, I did not recognize the song. Not exactly. The chorus had elements that kind of reminded me of other songs that I have heard. And maybe this was one of them, but nothing stood out as you've heard this before. You've listened to this song before, and you recognize this. Your very specific part here. No, nothing resonated. Nothing rang any bells with me. So there were parts that sounded familiar, but nothing that stuck out as concrete evidence. So we're gonna go with the fact that this is a song that I have not actually heard before, and we're gonna run with it. Okay. I want to be clear with everybody because I did have some moments of, well, that sounds sort of familiar, but not specific. So anyway, let's get to the score here because I know everybody's really curious to know what I thought about this song. So let's get to it. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give that a 7.1. Yep, 7.1. I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Okay, first things first, the 7.1. What does that mean? Well, a 7.1 would translate to a really good skill rating. So overall, I think this was a really good song. It would also get 4 out of 5 stars and a B letter grade. Yeah, B is in boy. So there you go, a 7.1, really good skill rating, 4 out of 5 stars, and a B letter grade. Now, How did I come up with that score? So glad you asked. This song did sound kind of cliche, if I'm being honest. I don't know when the song was recorded. I don't know when the song was released. I'm going out on a limb here, and I'm going to guess somewhere between the years of 1994 to 1998. That would be my guess. Now, is that accurate? I don't know. I don't know if that's accurate or not. It sounds like it. This song sounds like it belongs in that era. Not at the very beginning of the grunge movement. More like it waited for like the first year of the grunge movement to take off, to really take off and establish ground and really establish itself and make itself known. Then this song came in and jumped on the bandwagon. That's kind of how it sounds to me. It is a little predictable at times. It absolutely is. But like I've always said, there's nothing wrong with predictability. When people talk about songs being predictability and they being predictable and they put it in a negative light, I don't feel like that's accurate. It's not a bad thing to have a song be predictable. At least I don't think it is. Because when you have that, what it really comes down to is a sense of familiarity. It also, by doing so, I know this isn't accurate and I know this isn't, justified, but when you have a song that's predictable and you're able to go, I saw that coming. I knew that was going to happen. It gives people, it's a false sense, but it gives people a sense of accomplishment. They guessed properly. And did they really accomplish anything? No, not really. I mean, the signs were all written on the wall. You of course you saw it coming. Everybody can see it coming. But you still have that sense of accomplishment as a listener of being able to say, I saw that coming. It's the same reason that people watch the same television shows, the same episodes over and over and over and over again. People watch the same movies over and over and over again. When you see, Star Wars for the 20th time, you know that so-and-so is going to do so-and-so and save the day. You know that's going to happen. So there's no surprise there. There's no shock there. You knew it was going to happen. You saw it coming, thus giving you that false sense of accomplishment. The song was predictable at times. It was repetitive at times. It was. But it lent itself well to the overall groove of the song, the overall feel of the song, the overall direction of the song. It was pretty simplistic, but like I've always said on the channel, simple can be effective when done properly. The breakdown section was interesting. I'll absolutely give it that. And that's one of the main reasons why we're not down in the 6s right now, because I'm going to be honest with you folks. I was really thinking 6.8. Honestly, 6.8 was the first score until I really thought about that breakdown section. And I'm like, actually the breakdown section wasn't really predictable. It took elements of the verse and it took elements of the chorus and combined them together to form a completely new element within the song that fit like a glove. It sounded good. It was conducive to the song. It didn't stick out like a sore thumb, but it wasn't the verse and it wasn't the chorus. So, that was interesting. It was definitely interesting to see how they incorporated that into the song. And I thought that was kind of neat. So that's honestly the main reason we're not down in the 6s. The use of the guitar solo over the verse, interesting. I would have thought it'd be over the chorus. The chorus I thought was definitely the catchier part of the song. Definitely the hook of the song without question. So I would say, why not do this guitar solo over the chorus so you can go back into the verse and have that definite separation, not have a bleed over. Unless that's what they were trying to do. Maybe that's what they were going for, was a bleed over. For a guitar solo bleeds seamlessly into the verse. I think that's what they were trying to go for, so that makes sense. Vocally, I think the vocals fit the mood and tone of the song. They definitely fit the motif of the song. A lot of play with dynamic, and not just dynamics, but delivery. Sometimes being very supported and projected and powerful. Other times having more of a breathy approach, but still with power and support, just not belting it, having more of a whispery, airy, breathy voice. But make no mistake, the support and the power were there, just very subdued. It's not like he just, let his abdominals go to absolute crap and just said, "Well, I'm just gonna be breathy." No, he was still supporting. He was absolutely supporting, without question. Guitar playing sounded good. I like the guitar tone for this style of song from this era. Very fitting, very thin, kind of a mid pickup, single coil pickup type of sound, with a trying to get the crunchiness, as much crunchiness as possible out of a single coil pickup. Is what it sounded like to me. It's very typical of that mid to late 90s sound. So it fits like a glove within that era. Bass playing sounded good, drumming sounded good, solid. I got no issue with anything that happened with either one of them. There were a couple of points where the bass kind of took the lead a little bit. Guitar was, it was there kind of fading, and the bass keeps on going. A very typical thing to happen again in that era between, early to late 90s. It happens with a lot of bands that took that approach. So a little stereotypical, but fitting the mood and tone of the time and of songwriting in general. Now, overall, I think it's a really good song. It is. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I love it, because I don't. It had a nice feel. It had a nice groove to it, but I'm not going to sit here and lie to you guys and go, "Oh, this is my new favorite song of all time." No, it's not. I'm not even going to put this on playlists, honestly. It's a little too stereotypical for my taste, if I'm being honest. The thing is, I could absolutely see the song being a hit. I totally could. It's just nothing about the song strikes me as being wow. Nothing about the song strikes me as standing out. It does sound, if I'm being honest, it's just my own personal opinion, it does sound a little generic. But generic for that era where bands were taking that style of song and making hit songs out of them, selling millions of copies of albums and singles. I mean, generic may be, but at the same time, if they're making money doing it, God bless them. I mean, it's perfectly fine. I just don't see myself ever putting this song on a playlist. It's just not really my thing. But I can see it being a thing for a lot of people. They did a lot of things right. So, yeah, 7.1. I feel good about that score, and that's where we're going to stay. So let's wrap everything up here in a nice shiny bow, shall we? We have a 7.1, which is a really good scale rating, 4 out of 5 stars, and a B letter grade. Take your pick. I don't care, whichever one of those floats your boat. Final word, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hope I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, well then by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for the night, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.